Cherokee people, in the shadows of the trees where the rivers flow, live the little folk that only the wise know. With eyes like the night and hearts like the dawn, they shapeshift and vanish, in the blink they're gone. From caverns deep below, they move with the wind, translocating souls where the human can't begin. They're the tricksters of the woods, the guides of the earth, silent in their wisdom where mystery gives birth. From the stars and from the skies come the stories of our lives. Through the mountains, seas and plains, echo whispers of the names. Tales from other regions, legends from the past, where the old and ancient meet and the power still lasts. The Hopi tribe, in the first world of fire, in the second of ice, the Hopi found refuge in the Amphipolis skies. Led by stars at night and the clouds in the day, they followed Sultan man. In darkness they stayed, underground they survived when the world above burned, and through their sacred promise to earth they returned. In Chaco Canyon stone they built their new life, with my soul they made peace and ended their strife. From the stars and from the skies come the stories of our lives. Through the mountains, seas and plains, echo whispers of the names. Tales from other regions, legends from the past, where the old and ancient meet and the power still lasts. African bushmen, King's light was eternal beneath the world's face, where people and creatures lived in peace and grace. They spoke with their minds, they shared their dreams, till the sunless world vanished in the sunlight's gleam. On the surface they feared the darkness of night, for the first time they felt what it was to lose sight. But the underworld's tale, with its warmth and its glow, still lingers in the stories of the bushmen below. From the stars and from the skies come the stories of our lives. Through the mountains, seas and plains, echo whispers of the names. Tales from other regions, legends from the past, where the old and ancient meet and the power still lasts. The Greeks of old, from the heavens above, the gods did descend. Zeus and Poseidon, their power never ends. Demigods walk the earth, giants of might, heroes like Hercules, bathed in divine light. Immortal by blood, but human by birth, they shaped the empires, the rulers of the earth. Their stories echo loud in marble and stone, of gods and men's kingdoms forever. From the stars and from the skies come the stories of our lives. Through the mountains, seas and plains, echo whispers of the names. Tales from other regions, legends from the past, where the old and ancient meet and the power still lasts. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. From the stars and from the skies come the stories of our lives. Through the mountains, seas and plains, echo whispers of the names. Tales from other regions, legends from the past, where the old and ancient meet and the power still lasts. The dragon emperors of China, the dragons flew high, lightning in their wings, rulers of the heavens and the earth-bound kings. Shang-Chi led the people, from the skies he came, bringing wisdom, skill and the power of flame. The dragon's breath, the storms and rain, under his rule the world was never the same. With culture and battle he shaped their fate, guiding his people to build a mighty state. From the stars and from the skies come the stories of our lives. Through the mountains, seas and plains, echo whispers of the names. Tales from other regions, legends from the past, where the old and ancient meet and the power still lasts. The Mayan people, from the Pleiades they came, in suits of blue, guiding the Mayans with knowledge so true. Ixche the healer and Itzamna the wise, with their hands they shaped the earth and skies. The flood came and went, and the serpent flew. The heavens were opened as the gods withdrew, but their stories live on, in the stars they remain. The Mayans creators through storm and rain. From the stars and from the skies come the stories of our lives. Through the mountains, seas and plains, echo whispers of the names. Tales from other regions, legends from the past, where the old and ancient meet and the power still lasts. The Aztec sun, Huitzilopochtli burned bright in the sky, guiding the Aztecs where warriors would die. Plasma lit the battles, the hummingbirds call, they offered their blood to prevent the fall. The sun and its mirror, the gods side by side, Tezcatlipoca smoke, where shadows hide in the endless night. They look to the stars for the gods who fought in their eternal wars. From the stars and from the skies come the stories stories of our lives, through the mountains, seas, and plains. Here is a twilight tale, in remembrance of the ancient times, when the days never turned into night, and never got darker than twilight. The part of earth and heaven. The world is growing old now, but when it was very young, it hadn't many people whose stories could be sung. It had its hills and valleys, its rivers, lakes, and seas. In its lovely woods and gardens flew butterflies and bees. The birds were there and fishes, the cows and horses too. But as for men and women, and boys and girls like you, there was only one old couple. Their names were Earth and Heaven, who lived with their 5 children. 5 and 2 make 7. That wasn't many, was it? How lonely it must be when you see no other children, and you can't go out to tea. Their home was a rose-clad cottage beside a flowing stream, in a sweet and shady garden, all lovely as a dream. You'd think they might be happy and find enough to do, but those 5 were naughty children, not a bit, I know, like you. They all were boys and quarreled from morning's dawn to night. If 3 were sitting silent, then 2 would surely fight. They said the worst was Sun King, the eldest boy they had. But number 3, the Wind King, was really quite as bad. The youngest, called the Cloud King, was good when left alone. But there was also Fire King, and the moment he came home, he drove the weaker Cloud King straight at the Wind King's head. Between the 2, poor Cloud King was often nearly dead. The second boy was Moon King, and now I think you know the names of all the children who plagued their parents so. In spite of this, they loved them and tried to make them good. I know I should have whipped them, but heaven never would. 'Twas worse as they grew older. I'm really quite ashamed to tell the naughty things they did, and each the others blamed. At last poor Earth and Heaven went off one summer day to another house and garden 100 miles away. They left the fire behind them and settled down in peace, hoping that now forever their misery would cease. But the boy searched out and found them. Again their peace was gone. It would take too long to tell you all those wicked boys had done. They didn't wish to quarrel, at least that's my idea. But it seemed they couldn't help it if each other they were near. So Sun King said one morning, don't you think it would be best if Moon and I in heaven were parted from the rest? This grieved poor Father Heaven, the prospect was so drear, and Earth spoke pale and trembling, we'll not be parted, dear. She laid one hand in his hand, the other smoothed his hair. We have always been together, I should die without your care. The boys refused to listen, they clearly meant to part. To them it didn't matter about a broken heart. So heaven and earth consented, in spite of bitter pain, and the poor old pair were parted, never to meet again. The earth took cloud and fire, with heaven the others went. If on a sunny morning you look up to the skies and see the sun there shining, how far away it lies. Now when the sun is setting throws a soft crimson glow around Earth's pure white cloudlets, he means, I think, to show that he's very, very sorry he made her go away. It must make Earth feel happier to see it day by day. I'm glad that Earth had fire, or we'd have been so cold. And I'm pretty sure the story would never have been told. You fancy clouds are doubtful because they hold the rain, but surely little children, of that we won't complain. Just see how very beautiful, like mountains piled with snow, they look on summer afternoons, and the shadows that they throw on mountain, lake, and valley make pictures quite sublime. Be sure you think to watch them when you're out next summertime. The sun and moon still quarreled while wind danced round in glee. That it wasn't nice for heaven, we can pretty plainly see. I often used to wonder what made the sky look blue. It must have been those naughty boys, I really think, don't you? After 1,000 years or so, the Sun King took a bride, which made the moon so jealous. For days and nights he cried. The sun bride's hair was threads of living light. The loveliest girls we see now are nothing wide, wide world, but he met a maid with hair that flowed like a silver flag unfurled. He asked her if she'd marry, she said she did not mind. And I must say, as a husband, Moon turned out very kind. Quite sublime. Be sure you think to watch them when you're out next summertime. The sun and moon still quarrel while wind dance round in glee. It wasn't nice for heaven, you can pretty plainly see. I often used to wonder what made the sky look blue. It must have been those naughty boys, I really think, don't you? After 1,000 years or so, the Sun King took a bride, which made the moon so jealous. For days and nights he cried. The sunbird's hair was threads of living light. The loveliest curls we see now are nothing like so bright. Then moon looked out for a maiden with shining curly hair. He searched for many weary months, but found none anywhere. In truth there was another in all the wide, wide world, but he met a maid with hair that flew like a silver flag unfurled. He asked her if she'd marry, she said she did not mind. And I must say, as a husband, turned out very kind. The Sun Queen said how pretty when she the Moon Queen saw, but they never drank tea together or went out shopping for. The Sun Queen told her husband Moon's house was very small, and though his wife was pretty, she didn't mean to call. The Sun King cried, let's kill them. The Moon said, you begin, and I'll be glad to follow. They're making such a din. So Sun killed all his children, though their mother mourned and cried. It was more than she could bear, poor thing, and soon of grief she died. Moon's children still are living, because he loved his wife, and he feared that if he killed them, she too would lose her life. The Sun King was so angry when Moon his children saved, that madly after them he tore loudly while he raved, that he'd catch them up and kill them. And that, my dears, is why in the bright and sunny daytime no stars are in the sky. And when the sun has gone to rest, their father Moon you see, and crowds of his star children come dancing out in glee. Themselves and peep until they're sure he's quite awake. Then off they go to sleep. Have you ever seen their mother? She's very seldom there, but you'll know her when you see her by a train of silver hair. So children, end the story. A sad one it is our song, how earth and heaven were parted when all the world was young. Here is a twilight tale, in remembrance of the ancient times, when the days never turned into night and never got darker than twilight. The Three Rings. 100,000 years ago, it was once upon a time, you know, there lived a good old king. I shouldn't wonder if you guess that there was too a young princess, as sweet as flowers in spring. She had lovely curls and midnight hair, her cheeks like chocolate smooth and fair, her eyes were deep as brown, so wise. Her voice like harps would harmonize, You've learned, my dears, your flats and sharps, and wisdom flowed through all her parts. She'd satin shoes and silken gowns, and several different kinds of crowns to wear upon her head. She brushed her curls with peacock's wings and tied them back with silver strings before she went to bed. Her friends all loved her very much, for her learning, dears, they say, was such they couldn't teach her more. And she saved her money in a box that fastened up with diamond locks and gave it to the poor. Alas, like us, she troubles too. A horrid monster came to woo, a dragon-breathing flame. The trees he passed were burnt and scorched, the ponds dried up along his track, as through the land he came. He went to court, the king turned pale, the dragon coughed and squirmed his tail, and this is what he said: I want your daughter for my wife, and if, good sir, you keep your life, you'd better let us wed. But she is young and I've much to do, I'll call again in a year or two. I'm the patientest of men. But be prepared, I'll burn you up, and on your bones I'll surely sup, if she won't have me then. The princess nearly died with fright. She sighed all day, she sobbed all night. My dears, we'd do the same. Her cheeks grew pale, her eyes grew red. She vainly wished that she'd been dead before the monster came. At last she was so ill and weak, her friends could scarcely hear her speak. The king seemed dying too. When things are worse, the people say, fate smiles and blows the clouds away. In this case it was true. One night the princess slept and dreamed, and after that the whole world seemed a very different place. Once more she talked and walked and ate, she sang all day and laughed at fate and all the dragon race. She'd many lovers, princess bold, some wooed for love and some for gold, as happens now, my dears. She didn't tell her dream, but said a nice young prince she thought she'd wed 'twas no good waiting years. The good old king rejoiced to see her brown eyes brimming full of glee when lovers came in crowds. She said she'd wed the prince who won 2 golden rings from moon and sun, another from the clouds. As happens now, my dear, she didn't tell her dream, but said a nice young prince she thought she'd wed 'twas no good waiting years. The good old king rejoiced to see her brown eyes brimming full of glee when lovers came in crowds. She said she'd wed the prince who won 2 golden rings from moon and sun, another from the clouds. These poor young men turned rather green, and all but one were tired and spleen. Even his brave heart was sore. Enlightened by a tear and smile, he traveled many a lonely mile and searched the kingdom only mine. Till weak and faint with lack of food, he turned into a shady wood and laid him down and prayed to fairy, genie, pixie, and sprite, to all who love and do the right, to come and lend him aid. Then slept. Soon he opened his eyes and started up in a wild surprise. There stood a genie near, he took one look, then ran away. He wasn't very brave, you say, but genies' chicks are strange. They're awfully big with saucer eyes, and when they stretch their limbs and rise, you'd think a mountain moved. But big and ugly things you see aren't made up of ferocity, as in this case it proved. He spoke, 'twas like a thunderstorm. My dear young man, it scarce good form to run away like that. Besides, you'll never win your bride if you for trifles turn aside. He smiled and waved his hat. The prince felt rather shaky still, but bravely turned and said, I'm ill for want of rest and food. Perhaps, sir, you'll be very kind and tell me where the ring's to find. I'm sorry I was rude. The genie laughed, I'll tell you where, but you must first comb out my hair. It was in great locks and long. Our hero combed, the thunder crashed. He pulled the hair, the lightning flashed. But love makes weak men strong. At last it was done, each hair was free. I wish we'd all been there to see a sight so wondrous rare. It floated over rocks and trees, like the black clouds the night wind frees. The genie took a hair. Go straight ahead, my noble prince, and take this hair. I'll help you since I see you'll help yourself. Don't leave this path for fear or pride. It twists and turns, but will safely guide to a distant rocky shelf. Beneath the shelf in a shady pool, all waiting in its waters cool, you'll see 3 herds of cows. The white cow's home is in the sun. The jet black cows come from the moon. The cloud cows golden shine. Each browsing herd is led by one. To meet the leader straightway run and wave the hair I gave. From each right horn could take a ring, then swiftly hasten back to the king. Your lady's like to say. The genie vanished out of sight, and the prince's heart thrilled with delight as on the way he sped. He found the rock, the pool, the herd of cows, their leaders decked with jewels fine, just as the genie said. To court he turned and in toil-worn dress knelt low before his dear princess, still safe in her father's home. She took the rings and proudly said, we'll marry now, I'm not afraid, and though the dragon come. The king rejoiced and bade them bake a most magnificent wedding cake, the largest ever seen. The wedding gown was pearl and gold, with a satin train for her ladies in waiting to hold. The ladies in waiting all wore green. The moon king's ring to deck the bride, and I could not tell you if I tried of all the feast and joy. And when they'd wedded in a year, there came a little baby there, a most uncommon boy. He talked at once and walked alone, and tossed about great balls of stone. He was but 7 days old. When rocks too much for 10 horses, downhill and vale and up again, quite easily he rode. Next year the Sun King's ring she wore, and then another boy she bore, more clever than the last. He walked and talked at once the same, and when he willed he breathed out flame, which burned up all it passed. Another year the Cloud King's ring she wore, another beautiful boy she did bring forth, who talked and walked and ran. And from his mouth great balls could blow, which far and straight and sharp would go and kill the strongest man. The dragon now, quite tired of strife, thought he would settle down in life, so came back to the court. Where is the sweet princess roared? You'd better bring my bride to me, my temper's rather short. The princess straightway called her sons. They neither clubs nor swords nor guns, but each was fully armed. Go out, brave boys, and fight the beast. He cannot hurt you in the least. You need not be alarmed. eldest hurled a monstrous stone. The dragon quivered and gave a groan, although his hide was tough. The second breathed and burnt him sore. The third boy shot and made him roar and feel he'd had enough. He crawled away to his noisome den, and they say he never came back again. And when the king was dead, the people asked these princes brave, who had used their powers the land to save, to be their kings instead. But before my tale is ended, quite as more I'll try to bring to light. Don't run away just yet. The beast who tried a wife to win reminds us of the power of sin, and I hope you'll not forget that sin sneaks back as where to live, when boldly faced by the folk who dare to strike him with their might. Should you be tempted to want to do, 'twill make him quiver through and through. If you bravely do quiver through, if you bravely do the right. Loving kindness shown to those who hate and harm us surely goes to heap up coals of fire upon sin's head, while truth we know gives him at once as sharp a blow as good men can desire. So you can do as these princes did, strive of a monster the land to rid, will you as well as they? Will you get courage and love and truth now as you live through the days of your youth? My darlings, what do you say? Darlings, what do you say? He crawled away to his noisome den, and they say he never came back again. And when the king was dead, the people asked these princes brave, asked these princes brave, and they say he never came back again. And when the king was dead, the people asked these princes brave, quite well, I'll try to brave, who had used their power to learn the land to save, to be their kings instead, to be their kings instead. But before my tale is ended, the point its moral I'll try to bring to light. Don't run away just yet.